it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some easy holiday appetizers. Okay, so we do have Thanksgiving coming up this week, but I decided to title this video Holiday Appetizers because they can of course be used for any holiday, not just Thanksgiving, but in our family, we typically don't do that many appetizers because our family gets here just a little bit before we eat. Since my parents bring the turkey, we don't really have that much time to be appetizing and we don't want to get too full before we eat. But I know a lot of families might come over and hang out before the big meal, so I got you some really easy appetizers to hold you over until we do the big Thanksgiving feast. So I hope you guys enjoy these. Like I said, they're all super easy and super delicious, and I'm excited. So let's just get on into these recipes. So first of all, today we're going to start with bacon wrapped spinach dip crostinis. These were so delicious and, like I said, so easy. So you just want to start with a loaf of French baguette bread, and you're going to slice that up into about 3/4 of an inch slices. Next, you'll just need to cut a few pieces of bacon in half. That way you have 2 slices from 1 piece of bacon. And then you just line those up on a cookie sheet or a baking sheet and sprinkle them with a light sprinkle of brown sugar. You're going to bake this in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. The bacon will still be very soft at this point, but it's going to cook again once we wrap those around our crostinis. But this brown sugar on top of the bacon just gives this a sweet, smoky flavor that just sends it right over the top. Once your bacon is cooked but still slightly soft, I just put mine over on a paper plate, let some of that grease drain off of there, and then I'm just taking my French baguette pieces and I just like to line them up on my cookie sheet again. And now what we're going to do is add some spinach dip. You can make your own. The recipe I'm going to link below has the recipe to make your own, but I find it really easy just to buy this spinach dip from Sam's because I happen to love it. And you're just going to put a tablespoon of spinach dip on each little piece of crostini, and then you're going to wrap each one with a slice of that bacon, like a little bacon belt. These are so good, y'all. And then next, all you do is bake these for about 15 minutes until that bacon gets nice and golden brown. These are delicious. If you love spinach dip and bacon, you must try these. Next up, we have maple caramel bacon crack bites. And yes, the name definitely fits. These are so good, you cannot eat just one. So you're going to start with some phyllo dough shells. I found these at Publix. Just kind of put those to the side. I'm just letting you know you will need them. Then you're going to cook some slices of bacon and just crumble those up and set them to the side as well. Next, I'm just taking those little phyllo cups and setting them again on my little baking sheet. And I'm going to go in each one and add 1/4 of a teaspoon of brown sugar. You only need a tiny bit, so just put 1/4 of a teaspoon in each little one. Then after that, you're going to go behind and add some maple syrup. You can also use just regular, pancake syrup, but you just want to add, again, a tiny, tiny amount. So just do that for each one of your cups. And by the way, I will have each of these recipes either typed out or linked down below. You can always look down in my description box. Anytime that I'm sharing a recipe, I will always have the recipe down there for you. So make sure you check that out. And also I'm going to link the past couple years Thanksgiving appetizers, holiday appetizers. That way you have even more to go and look at and get some ideas from. Okay, next we're just going to go in each little cup and add some of that crumbled bacon, and you want to kind of push it into the cup to make sure it's all stuck in that caramel yummy goodness. And then after you get the bacon in there, I just sprinkle mine again with a little bit more brown sugar, just a tiny, tiny amount because these can get overly sweet, but y'all, they're just so good. You got to try this. So sprinkle them with a little bit more brown sugar, and then all you do is bake them for about 12 to 15 minutes until the bacon is crisp and the maple caramel is bubbly and caramelized. And you just want to cool for about 5 minutes before serving. Next up are easy stuffed mushrooms. So you're just going to start out with some Italian style breadcrumbs, some Parmesan cheese. You're also going to need some garlic and then some salt, pepper, and olive oil. So you're just going to mix up everything except the olive oil first just to make sure it's nice and combined. Also, you really don't need that much salt because the Parmesan cheese is pretty salty itself, so just be careful with that. But once you get those all stirred up and combined, you're going to add in the olive oil, and that's kind of what's going to bind everything together to make our filling. So I just start out with a tablespoon of olive oil and stir that up and see how my mixture is looking, because you want it to be moisturized obviously, but not, you know, watery by any means. So add about a tablespoon at a time, stir that up, and then you'll see me add in a little bit more olive oil, and just enough to where everything kind of sticks together. That's how you want the filling to be. So I just have some white mushrooms here that I washed and patted dry. I'm just going to add a little bit of filling to each mushroom, and you're going to bake these for about 20 to 25 minutes at 400 until your mushrooms are tender and that filling is a nice golden brown. These are so good. These are very light but still full of flavor. So I hope that you give this recipe a try as well as the others I shared in this video. Don't forget to check down below for the other recipe ideas. Like I said, they could be for any time for the holidays coming up and all of our gatherings that we all have. So if you're stopping by for the first time, I hope that you will go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm always sharing easy and delicious recipes like this one. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and checking out another one of my videos. I love you all so much. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! My favorite Christmas commercial.
Mine too, I was just thinking.
You know it's Christmas when you hear the little Hershey kiss, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Oh my God, my arm's getting tired. And that's what I love to bring. That's what I love to bring. I love bringing it. Yeah, I love bringing it. Like a wet wrap. I got a rainy day. Don't they know I got to film in my Panther shirt like they winning or something?